Mwaiseni kuka Bwile mwebatira ndiri chona muposheko nemfumu shesu banda uya wesu mwaiseni
welcome kutsalo tsamuna
mwaiseni kwa tefwe mwebatira ndiri chona muposheko nemfumu shesu biri uya wesu mwaiseni mwaiseni kwa tefwe mwebatira ndiri chona muposheko nemfumu shesu
kata unyantide bwino waibila
uya wesu mwaiseni.
Hello, and this is your girl Helen Zulu Piri, and today I am joined by the senior chief Puta of the Bwile people, who is going to tell us a little bit about his chiefdom and the economic developments in the chiefdom. And also I have with me the president of Lavie, Zambia. Lavie, which is a development and consulting firm. We'll get to know more about it and how they are working together with the people of Chiengi district. Hello, Mr. Chris.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm most blessed to be with you and His Royal Highness.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you, ma'am?
Good. Thank you for joining us today. And so just to give a briefing of what this is about. There's so much that is talked about when you see on social media, people complaining about how, on TV, about how rich Zambia is as a country, and there's so much to offer, but they're like, how do we not benefit? How do we not see what they talk about? So I have with me the chief of the Bwile people, Senior Chief Puta, who is going to tell us what his chiefdom is and what they have and how that can be developed and bring economic development to the country. But we also have Lavie on the other hand, who is willing to work with these chiefdoms and just see to it that it's developed and the people of the chiefdom are actually benefiting from what they have to offer. So I will start with you, Senior Chief Puta. Just tell us a little bit about what your chiefdom is. People that don't know about, Senior Chief Puta, Chiengi district, just tell us a little bit about what it is, the culture and everything.
Yeah, I'm Senior Chief Puta of the Bwile people, Congo and Zambia. We are 29 chiefs in Congo side. In Zambia side, we are only 4 chiefs, 3. We have our king, Kasongo Wakumwimba, in Congo, where we came from. We came from Kasongo Wakumwimba, our king, in Congo side. We have also Paramount Chief Nganya, Paramount Chief Mpweto, and also Senior Chief Puta in Zambia side. As you are aware, Senior Chief Puta is the one who signed for that part of Zambia to be Zambia under the colonial government. So we signed that document. This is why the people in Chiengi are Zambians, because of Senior Chief Puta. And also, I have a lot in my chiefdom, ma'am. The people in Zambia doesn't know, and in the diaspora, they don't know. If I tell you, ma'am, we have a lake, Lake Mwelo, where we can do fish farming, and a lot in terms of tourism we can't talk about. It's big, and I need you to visit that place. And we have also our traditional ceremony. We did a traditional ceremony. Our Bwile traditional ceremony, which brings the people together, the chiefs from all 29 chiefs from Congo, and all the chiefs, including our headmen and our sub-chiefs, our chiefs in Zambia side. And from here to my chiefdom is 1,100 kilometers. I think I have everything in my chiefdom.
I visited your chiefdom and I must say it's very beautiful. I loved the Lake Mwero. I loved attending your traditional ceremony. I loved how the culture, and I could see how people loved the culture and respected the culture. With when you start calling in for development, saying you have everything, how will you ensure that the culture is not disturbed?
Our traditional traditional ceremony itself can show how the people respect our culture and traditional. Ma'am, in Chiengi, I think our ceremony is one of the best ceremony in Zambia, because when you come to Chiengi first day, we go and see our Kaweka tender. It's a marvelous stone. Maybe you saw it for yourself. The big stone sit on a small rock. If you go, we have more than 5 hot springs in my chiefdom. We have the Lake Mweru itself and the sand beach, better than these others. I don't know why people are wasting their time to go to these other. And in our lake, there is no crocodiles. There's no crocodiles there. You will find the people swimming. And we drink fresh water from the same lake. There is no bacteria in that lake. Cleanliness, we are the #1 in this country. Maybe in Africa it's #3, my village. In 2014, the UNICEF awarded us by Aditupere at we are the cleanest district, cleanest village in Central Africa. So in terms of development, that's why I say that I have everything.
Okay.
We can do mining in our chiefdom. We have copper, and the switchlight you are talking about is there, gold is there. So in terms of mining, you can do mining in my chiefdom. If you talk about fish farming, we have a big lake where you can put thousands of cages, and the market is readily available in Congo. You find a lot of people from here, Lusaka, Congo, coming to my chiefdom, buying fish from there. It's my chiefdom which is feeding Lubumbashi, the whole Katanga. They are getting sense from my chiefdom, up to Kasai in Congo, DRC. And for that, I'm proud of my chiefdom, ma'am.
Okay. So now, I'm hearing you say that, and now we have Lavie here. Just tell us a little bit about what Lavie is, who they are, and the interest in working with the people of Chiengi.
So we're a group of Zambian business people, very advanced and global investors who've come together to try to support ecological development, meaning not development that's following a Chinese model, an Indian model, an American model, but an indigenous model that looks at the ecosystem, the wetland, in the case of His Royal Highness, who has an incredible lake that's like a mini ocean that has white sands that you'd want to see in Mozambique if you go to the Indian Ocean side. He has this massive body of water. He has wildlife for safari and even hunting. He has wetlands which can support massive rice and other forms of agriculture development. He has forests and mountains. He has the natural resources he spoke about. So for us, as a business that's been involved, partners who've been involved in global development, we see an opportunity to work not just with an environment, but with a leader who loves his people, who's not selfish, who's looking for ways to set a model for the other 284 chiefs in Zambia to take advantage of the Genesis environment that God gave us in Zambia to develop for the benefit not only of the people here in Zambia, but in protecting the ecosystem. We're fighting against climate change. We're preserving and stewarding what God has given us in a very special way here in Zambia. And so our Royal Highness Senior Chief, Puta, is enabling us to establish a partnership that works bottom up and top down to create something new that's based on something old, meaning what's already there, what the people already understand in fishing or in farming or in micro mining or whatever it is. So that's what we're about. We're servants to His Royal Highness and His people, and there's a lot of enthusiasm to bring investment there that meets those things. Let me just finalize what I was saying. In the tourism side, people have traveled all over the world to go to Genesis pure environments. He has that. Pristine environment. So for somebody who's interested in wild caught fishing, somebody that's interested in safari, somebody that's interested in hunting, somebody that just wants to get away with their family, sit on a lake, sit calmly in an environment where they can enjoy God's creation. He has all of that, and He has people who are welcoming, who are loving people. That you can't pay enough money for that, and there are investors who understand that in the tourism and ecosystem investment area.
Nice. What has been the biggest drawback in terms of development? Because he's explaining about all these things that you have. Tourism, you have it, agriculture, there's swamps. I saw them myself. There's so many swamps all the way as you get to Chiengi. But what has been the biggest drawback for you to fully develop the chiefdom?
The problem we have there is the road network. We have a challenge from Kashkishi to Chiengi. It's a gravel. The road is bad, and during the rain season, sometimes the road become impassable. You can't reach the Chiengi. And for your information, I was speaking with the minister yesterday. He assured me that they are going to start next year the road from Kashkish to Chiengi. If that road is done, then they open up my chiefdom.
Okay.
There's also the question of air. So he has the ability to have a significant airstrip infrastructure, so that goods can be flown out, people can fly in, because it is a great distance from Lusaka. But just as a side issue, if you want to go on a 4-day vacation and not have to go through customs and go through a bunch of hassle, if we can have charter flights that fly up on a Wednesday, come back on a Sunday, etc. There's all kinds of things that can be done. He's already has a lodge infrastructure. Yes, we have to improve it, expand it, and all of that, but it's on the lake. So there are short-term opportunities for development, no matter how long it takes for the road to get built. And with His Royal Highness, we're looking at a staged development plan that doesn't displace the people, but keeps people in the community, but adds additional economic resources to them.
But so how will you ensure that even as you start developing, because you talked about mining and then you start fish farming, how will you make sure that you still preserve the natural resources? Because I think that's what makes the place attractive. So how will you come together and make sure that the chiefdom still remains with its beauty? And
Yes.
how will you make sure you help them preserve that?
Well, it's simple,
So
if you let me go first, Your Highness. So we do an ecosystem map, which looks at all of what's there. So we don't begin with mining. Mining becomes part of a segmented activity that doesn't disturb the rest of the ecosystem. And we make sure that that mining doesn't drain or use water resources, it's modern. And then we're going to connect that, those mining resources to the CMR refining, so that we can take raw resources and not disturb the environment to gain the value. So that will happen in time. But there's so many other things, like I said, to do in that chiefdom. I'll give you one last example. One of the things I've been charged with is to develop a major cancer hospital in Zambia. So we're looking at, if we have an airstrip and we can build in his chiefdom on the lake, people from across Africa, people of means, because the cancer treatments take time and you have to have convalescence and family needs to be with you. You can put $100 million investment and people will fly in, and doctors, high-end doctors, given that environment, and nurses and technicians, etc., they will come and live there in that sort of environment. It's like, you know, living in a just most wonderful place in the world, but also able to practice your medicine. And then from that, the money that's made with high-end people spending money, not going to India, not going to Dubai, not going to England, not going to the US, that can also provide subsidy for Zambian people to get global world-class care using gamma knives and other technologies that don't exist in Africa.
Okay. How will you make sure that you monitor that whatever projects are coming on board, you still preserve the culture that the people of Bwile love to enjoy?
Yeah, we have our Bwile strategic plan, which we did in 2014 for ourselves. And I gave one copy to Lavie, his organization. We have a plan. We have reserved 10,000 hectares for farming, which we are looking for the partners whom we can partner with them. We are not selling them. We want to partner so that our people can work from that company. Some time back, I went to China. I find that there are big farms for rice. And for information, Zambians were buying rice from China.
Wow.
And my chiefdom, we have a lot of swamps there where we can grow rice. And for your information, Chiengi is one of the largest rice producer in Zambia. We call it Puta rice. It's from my chiefdom, Rambwe Chomba there. We bring to Lusaka. Last time, maybe you saw it for yourself during the ceremony. People are selling rice. We have 5 salt pans where we need someone who can invest in salt production. We have also a mining area. It's happening in Kapulo, Congo side. You Google Kapulo mine. It's second largest copper producer. It's in my chiefdom in Congo side. It's happening there. In Kawambwa, we have seen they are growing avocado, cassava. Why can't we do it in Chiengi? In large scale. There is Sunbed there and another company. This is why you will find that in Kawambwa they are even building big lodges. We have the lake shore where some people can come and invest in the lodges, in the game ranching. They can do it.
So since your chiefdom spreads all the way to Congo, how does that give you an advantage?
Yeah, you know why? In Congo, we have formed an organization, a big organization called Move. You can Google it, ma'am. We launched it last month in Congo side in Puerto. All the chiefs in Zambia, the chiefs in Congo. It's our organization.
Yeah.
We want to develop. I do business in Kapulo mining. My people are doing business in Kapulo mine. They are selling things. They buy things from here. Colgate, a lot of things, groceries from Lusaka to go and sell in Congo. They are making money in dollars. So the problem which is there is just the road network. And I'm happy he's talking about the airstrip. I've given about 3 kilometers land to National Airport to do a landway so that the place can be accessible. To those who have aircraft, they can come and see for themselves. The problem you have, you people in Zambia, you only know Livingstone and these other places, Yavonga. Come to Chiengi. If you come to Chiengi, the people there. And you know that Chiengi is one of the first districts in Zambia, opened by Sisa Roads.
Okay.
So, Chiengi has a big history. If you come to Chiengi, you see the lake itself. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The ceremony itself
Yeah.
is one of the best.
No, I can testify. At least I've seen those
If you
scenes.
come to
Yeah.
my ceremony in Chiengi, we will feed you because we have enough food. And you won't come empty-handed. We'll give you something. We have everything there. So you won't come empty-handed. I'm appealing to the people who are going to these ceremonies, going there, coming with hunger, without eating anything. But in my chiefdom, they eat. All the people, all the invited, including those who come without invitation, they eat. They eat from my people. In the villages, we give people food. They cook in the village level. They cook in the lodges, we give them food. So that our people are coming from Lusaka, from different parts of this country and outside the country, we feed them.
Okay. How soon do you wish to embark on the development, Lavie? When do you think Lavie will start working?
Okay, the first thing is that development is planning. And what we're doing now is going in a systematic way. How do we take what's already happening and expand it?
Yeah.
Okay? Where are the different pieces to go in? Whether it has to do with creating carbon credit investment, whether it has to do with beginning an expansion of the rice culture and rice business, or cassava, or whatever it is in the agriculture side, starting fish hatcheries. All of these things we're going systematically. What we're doing here today is important because we have to share this sort of storyline and in the enthusiasm and expertise of His Royal Highness with investors. That's why we're doing it. The work that you did in going up to his chiefdom for the ceremony, so you can capture a picture of the people, the culture, the enthusiasm of the people, the beauty of the environment, the opportunities economically. This becomes part of that story to bring sustainable investment to the community, to the chiefdom.
Okay. What would be your last words to the people, the government, and any other person who would be interested in Chiengi?
Yeah, I'm appealing to the people who wants to invest in my chiefdom. They can come and join our team, Lavie, so that we can work together. They are most welcome. They can come through Lavie office here in Lusaka, and also they can come direct to Chiengi, so that they can see it for themselves. And we have a strategic plan book. I can, if they Google Bwile Chiefdom, they can find it.
Okay.
The Bwile Development Trust. They can go through our book so that they can find where they can fit in terms of development. Me personally, I've started. I've built a lodge. I have a bakery there. And also I'm doing farming, cassava. I'm growing cassava. I'm agent for Zambia breweries. We're selling beer there. Agent for Dangote Cement. We're agent for Chilanga Cement. We are selling the people. And we're agent for Pembe Milling. We're selling all the products in Chiengi. Those who want to do business, they can come so that they can compete with us. So for me, I've done my part in my chiefdom as a chief. You don't know when they are buying bread from Mansa. I built a bakery. You don't know when they don't have the people, they have nowhere to sleep in my chiefdom. I built a lodge at the beach. So we have started, and that beach is about 27 kilometers. You can come and invest if you want, and there's business there. And my appeal to the government, that's my last word. I want also the government to come in. We cannot develop without the government. We are partners with the government. Zambia it's not Lusaka. They have to think about the people in the village. So they can also bring what we want. First and foremost is the load from Kashikishi to Chiengi, the tar. Then they open up. These are the things we can do for ourselves.
Okay.
Since our government is empowering the local people, we have CDF. People are getting small loans there. They are developing. Some of them they are building. They were staying in mud houses. They are building. They are buying iron sheets. They are staying in good houses. So we have seen that the government at least has done something. But what is remaining is the road network. And the one who can do it is our president.
Yeah.
Amen. I think the most exciting thing is Puta's unique position as a binational chieftain, massive chieftain, between Congo and Zambia. He has 70% of his chiefdom is in Congo. So there's an incredible opportunity to use it as a development zone for the trade between Congo and Zambia across many different areas, and as part of what we're trying to think through strategically how to do that. They also have to have the road network improved in Congo, but it makes sense because the two countries must collaborate to develop the ecology and the economies of our two great nations.
So he mentioned about those people that would want to collaborate with them can come to Lavie. How open is Lavie?
We're here every day from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night.
So if anybody has some ideas and they can come through?
Of course. We welcome to visit people any time. And so we're right across the street from Pinnacle Mall. You'll put up a number or something for people to reach out to us, and we'll be very happy to welcome people and even work with His Royal Highness to schedule even family visits so that people can get to know and become enthusiastic as we are about his homeland.
Okay. Why the interest though to develop the chiefdoms?
It has to do with him. No, I mean the chiefdoms overall, I've been here almost 9 years. I was CEO of an entity. That's how I met His Royal Highness with Chief Chibeso Kunda and Chief Chipepo, where we started a development company, Save Royal Africa Foundation. And so I've been working with Royal Highnesses for my entire time in Zambia on many, many different projects and initiatives. But at the end of the day, you have to dig in somewhere, and so this is one of the 3 chiefdoms that we've committed ourselves wholly to work with so that we can create models for other Royal Highnesses. We have 285 Royal Highnesses. Impossible to work with all of them and be effective. But when you dig in and you begin working in one place, the others form clusters around that group of Royal Highnesses, and they're able to draw lessons, share, and begin to replicate. 60% of this country, at minimum, are living in chiefdoms. So if 20 million people, that's 12 million people are living somewhere or other in rural areas. They're not all in Lusaka or Ndola or Kitwe or Solwezi. People are living in, and that is the part of Zambia that we must love, steward, so we don't experience deforestation, so that we're preserving our climate, our cultures. There is no contradiction between having a traditional culture and having Christianity or Islam. People don't have to view and should not view the Royal Highness and his kingdom as some backward pagan, some of the things that people say, which is just wrong. These are places of real life, and God's given an opportunity for people to enjoy that. It doesn't make any difference whether you're Seventh-day Adventist, as His Royal Highness is, or a Catholic like I am, or an Anglican, or a Baptist, Pentecostal, whatever anyone is. They can be in a chiefdom, feel safe, and be part of a community and a historic culture. Yes, there's witchcraft, but there's witchcraft, by the way, in Europe, in the Celtic culture. We have all kinds of different places where people practice different things. We should not have fear or negativity or buy into ignorant stamping of what a royal establishment is and its chiefdoms. These are very, very important places that preserve our humanity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, so guys, I hope you have learned, you've understood, and you have known some of the things that are in this country and what we're capable of doing. And you've heard, if you're interested, there's a number below that you can call and just see how you can collaborate with them, or you can go to Chiengi and see how you can offer your support, offer your knowledge and whatever resources that you have to help develop this country. And I'm sure when one develops, a lot of people are going to benefit from it. So I have been chatting with Senior Chief Puta of the Bwile people and the President of Lavie, Mr. Chris Robinson. This has been your girl, Helen Zulupiri. Bye-bye.